My name is Steve Biko Basur. I do represent my client, Jeruto, Gladys, Tagi. Jeruto, Gladys, Tagi, and Collins Kibet, Toroitich Moi have two minors, both parents to those minors. They've had a case in court relating to the maintenance and support of these minors. This matter ended up in court, and a judgment was granted in favor of my client by Honorable Limo on 2nd of June 2022. It is pursuant to that judgment that we are now before court seeking to enforce the orders which were granted by that court towards maintenance of those children, and more particularly a concern pertaining their education, their food, shelter, as well as Medicare, which were apportioned to Collins Kibet Toroitich Moi. Unfortunately, we are at a point where the same Collins Moi has declined, or rather it's neglected these minors to an extent that they are not in school as we speak. It is on this account that we came to court today to have him either put in civil jail for 6 months or to be ordered by the court otherwise to remit those sums which are outstanding for those children. We also note that these children were not born here in Kenya, they were born in Switzerland, and it is on this account that we were also requesting the court. In the alternative, they can't maintain the children here, they be taken back to Switzerland for purposes of maintenance. But even that cannot happen without the children being facilitated to go back there. We also state that these children are beneficiaries to the estate of Jonathan Toroitich Moi by a case filed in 2019, to be precise, Nairobi Succession Course number 705 of 2019, where Justice Muchelule ordered these minors to be made part of the estate. That's why we are saying belonging to that estate should not be cosmetic. It should be followed closely with legal obligations, and such obligations imposes upon the estate a duty to take care of those minors. They have not done that. So these children are basically being denied their rights of inheritance to the estate they belong to. We also note that Jonathan Toroitich Moi is entitled to the estate of the late President Moi by a 20% portion. By extension, these two minors are entitled to extract from either of the estates to support themselves to go to school. My client has done her part while she's having these children all through. The gentleman has never contributed anything and is not bothered. It is in the best interest of these minors that they go to school. Despite having a very powerful name to their surname, they cannot benefit from that. And they don't really want to benefit just because they have a bigger surname. They want to just be accorded what every other child entitled to a given legal order could be accorded. And that's why we then pursued those two or double-pronged approach to this issue. Instead of just going for Collins and putting him in custody, as we intend to do, what else after that? There are children to go to school, their mouths to be fed, there is housing, there's food, and there's care to be given to those minors. My client has single-handedly done that from birth. And the lifestyle these children had in Switzerland, Geneva to be precise, is not the same that they're having over here. They are left in a village in Ravine, and we don't think that is okay. The mother's done her best to even stretch herself maximally to the point she has done. Next forth is for the father to also have his input. Of course, he has had what we can call patched up communication with my client. Their relationship is also fairly broken down, but that does not concern the children. Whatever fights they could be having, the innocent parties whose interest we must further and further at all costs. That's why we have pursued it in court. So the judge, there was a previous counsel, my learned senior colleague, Mr. Mungeri. He did so well to even get this judgment, and we appreciate him so much. This last bit, we are informed that Collins no longer has a counsel, or rather his counsel is saying he's no longer representing him. So it is on that account that the court has directed that we serve him personally to avert the back and forth of whether the lawyer is present or is not present. We need to have Collins in court to take responsibility for what he's supposed to do to the minors. That's the background. So we come back on 13th of June to effect, one, the service, and number two, to take more directions from the court on the way forward. That's all.